The only reason I haven't watched Star Trek, I'll just talk. The only reason I haven't watched Star Trek is it's just on CBS. I don't want to pay for it.
I felt like I was drinking this beer for 2 hours.
Mandalorian.
That and
Hashtag spoilers.
did it touch you? Did it touch you?
Yeah, it made me feel
Oh.
things.
I'll do the
When you
intro.
let everyone else in on the
You gotta
conversation.
take it.
If it's too loud,
Yes.
then just turn it down, right?
Perfect sandwich. Beautiful. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the John Sandwich Show. My name is John. This is Eric, and that is John. We make a John sandwich. Tonight, we have just Disney Plus talk, among other things, and
Fucking A, we do.
Mandalorian and
Jesus Christ.
Star Wars, and will Pedro Pascal have a mustache?
We got a lot of shit to talk about today.
We do have a lot of shit
Really
to talk
not.
about.
First off, what I want to talk about is 6 o'clock. Did
So
everybody
Eric-
fucking feel that?
So
last
Eric
night?
is running the show because he has a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I'm the
Yes.
host today. Did everybody feel that shit last night?
Dude,
That
yeah.
It was
explosion?
right next to me. It
What
felt
the
like.
fuck was that?
Dude, it was right next to me.
So first
No,
off,
it was me.
And apparently it was right next to Mary.
Yeah. So we heard like at where I was at, fucking Kirkland, miles away, and shit. It started off as like a small rumble.
Uh-huh.
And it built up to just like a huge cacophony of sound, like a huge explosion. It was like crazy. Like fucking me and my son locked eyes and shit. It sounded like a fucking Terminator fucking landed in my backyard.
Yeah, dude.
I thought it was going to be accompanied by fucking the soundtrack to Mortal Kombat or something. It was crazy. Shook the whole house. Mortal Kombat.
Dude, it was nuts, man. So I have two stories. I was at work, and my work is not a quiet place. And me and this guy were just kind of BSing about life and this and that. And we hear this, and we're like, oh my God, what is that? That can't be thunder. This is way too fucking long to be thunder. And it went on forever.
It did.
Right? It was just super fucking loud. And we're like looking around, and it's like, did anyone else hear that? Because it was nuts. It was so fucking loud. And then at Mary's work, it was shaking her windows.
Yeah, dude.
In her building. Like her windows were going fucking back and forth. And she went and hid underneath the door sill because she thought it was an earthquake.
Yeah. I thought it was a fucking earthquake too.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah. Me and my son locked eyes. And fucking like for a minute there, like I wasn't sure what was going on because it didn't stop. And he's looking at me for answers and I'm looking at him. I thought at any second I was gonna have to lone wolf and cub this shit. Like I thought, this is it. This is the big one. I'm gonna have to protect this kid in a post-apocalyptic future that's about to happen right after this shit is done. Because the big one that they're predicting is happening right now.
Dude, I thought so too.
Scary.
I thought it was a fucking earthquake. And it was crazy because
It's happening again. It's happening again. Oh, it's a plane.
I have never heard thunder last that long. Like a continuous thunder roll.
From one strike.
You know, from one strike. It was amazing.
It made me think.
It was like a good, 15 seconds, you think?
Fucking A, yeah. It was about
Which is like
seconds. And it felt like forever.
Isn't like 15 seconds like a category, like Richter scale, like 2 or 3 earthquake?
I think so.
Because I think like a category 9 is like a minute and 30 seconds. It's like, you know?
All right.
It made me think too, like, here's the first question I'll raise to you guys for today's podcast is how prepared are you for disaster, right? They've been predicting like this big Pacific Northwest earthquake, you know, it's happened throughout time and fucking people try to scare you and say, well, it's like we're overdue for it. It's going to happen anytime, right?
Yep.
Fucking, I've like had like little thoughts in my head on like, what do I do if that were to ever happen? Last night would have been a shitty time for it to happen. Because, you know, I had one daughter over at a sleepover, another one out with her boyfriend. You know, it's just me and my son there, and we're just like, fucking shit. Like, what would I do if fucking the earthquake happened? Because, like, what they say is, like, you don't have to worry. Like, the earthquake will happen. It'll last a couple minutes. We'll get through that. We'll survive. We'll rebuild. What you have to worry about, what they say is that the water displacement and like the fucking huge tsunami that's going to accompany it after it happens, and fucking supposedly will wipe out everything west of the 5. You'll have like a 15-minute window between the earthquake and when that happens. What the fuck do you do? Like, let's say right now, Mary's home, right? No, she's not home. So let's say like right now, we're fucking here sitting drinking beer. Mm-hmm. The fucking earthquake happens. Yep. We're over here in Mukilteo, right next to the water. Yep. I imagine like game one is to fucking get as far inland as we can, probably. Mm-hmm. I mean, I have kids in Kirkland. I still have one over at a sleepover. I got people to, fucking my girlfriend's out in New England right now. Fucking, what do you do if something like that were to happen?
Well, there's
Well, we're not
two
on sea
things.
level.
What do you grab from your house? How the fuck do you? What is the game plan?
I grab my dog.
Yes.
So I do have a game plan. So
Okay.
there's a few scenarios depending on if the tsunami is super bad or is it just fucking crazy rubble or whatever, like total
I'm more
anarchy.
concerned about shit falling on me.
If it's total anarchy, like, see, I don't know. I'm not a geologist. I'm not a seismologist or anything, but I think the sound will protect us from a tsunami, except for, like Oak Harbor and stuff that's
Like
closer
right
to the
on.
ocean.
Yeah.
And then the actual Washington coast will get a lot of it, but the sound's going to protect us. So water will be an issue, but I don't think it's going to wipe out everything west of I-5.
Yeah.
I think the big thing is rubble and everything else.
Landslides.
So depending on the
Sinkholes.
circumstance, like the plan is I go to Mary.
Okay.
I get the dog. I go to
So
Mary.
Mary stays where she's at.
Yeah.
You go grab her.
I go
mean,
grab
you got-
her.
You got the Jeep.
I got the
you're
Jeep.
Fucking, you're
Oh
probably-
yeah.
Yep.
You can go
And then we have.
any.
I'm not gonna grab my guns or anything because I know plenty of people that have way too many guns.
Mhm.
And
Guns won't be a problem.
We go. I'll go the back ways, but my uncle has a cabin in Eastern Washington.
Oh, perfect.
So if like
Shit.
total zombie apocalypse, fucking crazy shit happens,
Anarchy.
like we'll just go to the cabin. And if we or just go somewhere else,
Yeah.
That's
but
for like a
I do have the
nuclear
Jeep.
strike.
Yeah, that's for like nuclear strike shit. But earthquake, I go get Mary, and then we go on from
That's
there.
actually a good
Yeah.
fallback. The cabin. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
That's some good shit.
I don't know, but you think like anything east of the Cascades is gonna be fine. So but I do know like pretty much a ton of back roads where only my Jeep, not only my Jeep, but like 4x4s.
Most people aren't.
Most
gonna
people
take.
aren't going to take,
Yeah.
that passes. Like I know this pass that's going to go over. It's a back way over the mountain off-road trail that will
Yeah.
get me to Ellensburg.
Because that'll be the hard part is getting through the mountains because there's only a set few and everyone's going to be wanting to do that. So
But the thing
that
is, like, I just go up in the
traffic's
mountains. If
gonna
I
be
go up
crazy.
like high in the mountains, no one's going to fucking catch me or find me.
Yeah.
So
You know, in
Or
those
hide it out there.
zombie movies, they inevitably go on the highway that's just riddled with cars. Shit's
Mhm.
going to happen.
Yeah.
There's going to be
yeah,
so much traffic, no one's going to be able to go anywhere. And once whatever's coming for them hits them,
And nobody's
then they
gonna,
just abandon the cars.
nobody's gonna roll up
Run.
to a cabin filled with the Mann family, the Mann dynasty,
yeah,
and try to fucking take that shit over. Probably. Yeah.
yeah. But
Just put a skull on the front.
I'm just more
porch.
worried about rubble and like mass chaos versus like water. Water will
Yeah.
be an issue. It will be, but I mean we're pretty high elevation, not high, like higher than.
Just wait a
You know,
day, it rains.
I think we're at like 400 feet, like at where we're at, compared to ocean level. So
Yeah, we're pretty high up. If you
I
compare
mean,
it
but,
to
yeah.
Japan,
Yeah.
Japan's pretty
Sure.
low compared to the coast.
We're Costco shoppers, so
Fukushima.
we're pretty stocked up at all times with food, so that probably wouldn't be too much of an issue. But I don't have any guns, or do I?
well, I think
roll up on the Renteria house.
I also like think a lot of it too isn't just where you're gonna go. Is like if you're here and you have to stay here, like how prepared are you? I think that's
Yeah.
like one of the main things. Like how prepared are you to stay at your own house?
right, because it's gonna be an
For a
issue and
while.
shit. Probably things will be out, power,
Mhm.
fucking maybe even water, man. For like fucking
I have some fucking water.
yeah, do
Some
you?
potable water.
Nice.
That's one thing I do have. Food,
like,
maybe
yeah.
not so much. I'd be like licking peanut butter.
Getting
by,
supplies
like, day
up here
5.
and shit. It'll be tough, and like because nobody. I feel like because nothing like you don't really have to worry about much out here in the Pacific Northwest. Like
Not really.
fucking yeah, you don't
Hurricanes,
worry-
no.
No.
Tornadoes.
Nah, sometimes
Earthquakes,
I guess.
occasionally, but very small ones.
Thank you.
Uh,
Yeah. So like yeah, I think it would be. I think fucking you would definitely be catching the majority of people living here with their pants down.
the worst thing I think would be winter during, or a blackout during like the dead of winter. That would be.
I have
Pretty
plenty of wood and wood burning stove.
I think
so
that would be
I'll stay
the
warm.
most dangerous to the inhabitants of this area.
Dude, we don't have like fucking. We have a barbecue. That's about it. Like even our fireplace is fucking electric. So like last winter when
Your dependency
is all yeah. We fucking we were unprepared.
sickens me, Eric.
So we had the snowmageddon right this past year, and fucking our we went and stocked up because we heard it's gonna be bad. So we stocked up on all this food and shit like that. So the storm hits, our power goes out. We realize we have no way to cook any of the shit that we just bought.
Yeah.
So I had to like fucking seriously strap on my boots and walk to go pick up charcoal.
Yeah.
And because
Nice.
fucking Safeway
Like a
was closed
man.
too, because fucking they didn't have power. So I had to like walk 2 miles to another store that had power just to go pick up charcoal to bring it back so we can cook up some fucking food.
Once
Nice.
again, I have a
Weird.
Jeep, so I did not get a and dude, okay, so I have a Jeep. Mary has a bug. You have no excuse to
Yeah,
not be
that's true.
driving. Mary has a bug, and she drove all over the
Did
fucking
she?
place.
Fucking-
Yeah.
We have two, like Emily has a 4x4. We live on a hill.
Does.
Yeah.
We live on a fucking hill. We could not
No
get
excuses,
up this
man.
hill to get
No
out of
excuses.
there. I gotta get a Jeep. I gotta get a Jeep.
Well, Mary and I, we are from Idaho, and we get so much more snow than I've
Yeah.
ever seen here.
I'm
You know,
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So like taking your little fucking 2015 Volkswagen Beetle in fucking 3 feet of snow is nothing to us except for fun because no one else is on the road. So we just, you know.
That's true.
John, do you have a disaster plan?
A disaster plan?
No.
For my animals, just put them in a pillow sack. Tie that up like a snake,
Throw 'em in the
like
river.
Steve Irwin with the snake. Just throw them in one of those, tie it up, put them in there, put them in the car. I would definitely. I'd probably find you because you have actual like land. Probably
Yeah.
go to you.
Yeah.
I'd
And then you would
definitely
take
call
care of
John,
me.
man, and say, hey, remember when we were talking
I'd
about
have
the
you
zombie
babysit me,
apocalypse?
probably.
I heard you had guns and survival instincts. You know how to drive in the snow.
Yeah.
Can you show me how to hunt buffalo, please?
Hunt.
Well, you know, I'd say I put a lot of scenarios in my mind. Like I have an escape plan for like if a fire breaks out in this house.
Mhm.
You know, like I have plans. Like
that's my plan for
like
fire.
like where it's gonna be. You know, like if it, depending on where it's at. Like I have a plan for like each scenario in each room.
Nice.
You know.
It's important to be
I
prepared.
plan mostly for like human beings trying to steal from me or like home invade. I have plans for that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
disaster, I don't really think about that because I've never really been in a disaster, which probably
You know.
detrimental to me.
Yeah.
but
I mean, I think
I've
that's.
never.
I think that's
like El
the.
Paso didn't have any kind of.
You know, I think that's
thing
like
that
a
happens.
thing. Yeah. Like a lot of people are not gonna be prepared. Like you're not gonna be prepared for a disaster. And what a lot of people fucking do is panic. You know, in any scenarios, people panic. And I'm
Yeah.
like such a cool, collected, always like even killed type person. You know, it's just like, all right, earthquake.
Main
Hell
thing
yeah.
I'm worried
Buildings fall
about is
down.
getting stuck on the road trying to leave.
Yeah. That would suck.
That's the only thing.
Where you're going, there are no roads.
I'll just trudge.
The
I
other
should
thing
just make a trip
I
to
have a baseball
REI.
bat in my bedroom. That's like my home protected thing is I have a baseball bat. I do have a fantasy of someone breaking in my house because like the way my bedroom door is placed, the stairs are right there. So like I
Right.
have a fantasy of someone breaking into the house. I can literally open that door and fucking ninja kick somebody. Like if I hit them hard
Down
enough,
the stairs.
they would just fall right down the fucking stairs. So I'm like
Easily.
waiting for it. I'm waiting for that
One
moment
day.
where I can just fucking Big Daddy Cool Diesel kick some sweet chin music somebody down those stairs.
Renteria. Who? Yeah,
Like Die Hard with that
Yeah.
main bad guy, just throw him down some stairs.
yeah. You know, I think it's like good to think about like disaster and like you know stuff that
It's like evolutionary.
yeah you have to think about this type of stuff. If you don't, you're just gonna be the one stuck on top of a roof.
Yeah.
You know.
You don't want to be that dude. You don't want to be that asshole getting rescued.
Yeah.
Fucking how do you
Well,
how do you look at your fucking woman in the eye after you had to be rescued from a disaster?
well, you know what's crazy, man, is like these
No, we
huge
should
ass
stay.
these huge ass hurricanes that hit United States and stuff, and some of them are fucking horrible. Emergency non-mandatory or emergency mandatory evacuations. Mandatory.
Yeah.
You know how many
Yeah.
people just fucking stay home?
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
You know, it's just like when it's a mandatory evacuation, you would think, you know, I should probably evacuate. Yeah, it might not be that bad of a storm, but then again, you are the asshole on the fucking roof that needs evacuating
Yeah.
because
You're probably getting slapped with a bill.
Yeah.
If you
Oh,
got to
for
be
sure.
helicoptered out, they're like, and here's the 10 grand for the 5 minutes of. That's just the 5 minutes of the helicopter run.
Yeah. And you're a detriment to yourself and society.
Is it against the law? Like,
I
will they
wouldn't-
ticket you probably?
I don't know. Maybe that'd be
being
an
a
interesting
dumbass?
thing to look up. I
They
guess.
should.
Yeah.
It's
Luckily,
odd,
I
though.
got this
Yeah,
brand
yeah.
new
Hey,
Microsoft Surface.
Hey, info guy, look that shit up while we talk about.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
You know, it's crazy, man. I think everyone should at least have some type of plan on like where you're gonna go, like how you're gonna meet up. You know, like I think that's very important. Like if a big earthquake happens, do you stay at my house? Like who comes to me? Who goes where? Or do we meet at a different foreign location? You know, who grabs the dog? I will always grab the dog.
How do we
Just boom.
how do we pod during this time? And that way we're like the only pod that's up and running.
Ham radio, my friend.
Ham radio,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
We'll have this cool like sound.
Actually,
going.
you know,
We'll be on fucking all the news
Wait, hold on.
stations and shit. Like, oh my god, the sandwich is bringing us like the news on the ground and shit like that.
so we should actually all get our ham radio license.
Do you need a license, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah,
know
you
that.
don't need a license for emergency situations.
Okay.
But
That would suck.
if you're gonna broadcast or talk on ham radio like leisurely, you need a license for it.
That actually might be a fun.
That sounds fun.
That's like a good promotion, actually. Like we'll fucking hey, we're gonna ham radio it on Friday.
We should. we should.
That'd be fun.
All right, let's all get our license. I'll get my broadcaster license.
John, how much is a license?
Well, you have to do tests and
Oh,
shit.
you do?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Well, ham radio, like you could literally broadcast it around the world with ham radio.
So what happens if I get a ham radio?
Because it's
and I
not-
start broadcasting and I don't have a license? They can come
The
get me?
FCC
Let's
will
see
come get you.
The total
FCC
cost.
won't let me be.
The test is a measly $15.
Oh, that's fucking highway
And you
robbery.
can do-
Jesus Christ.
You can do a free class.
That's cool.
Well, the thing is, you just have to abide by FCC regulations.
Okay.
If you don't, you're gonna fucked. And I think that's what
Total cost $40.
Oh, that's not bad.
I mean, total cost for the equipment probably thousands upon thousands.
Yeah, that's not including equipment. That's just license.
Well, yeah, the license is $40, but I heard the test.
I
is
want a
actually
ham
kinda hard.
radio. Give me a ham radio, Amazon.
How much for a ham radio? I didn't think it was that much.
Well, they have portables, that you could use for like.
You see it in the movies all the time.
Yeah.
and shit.
Dude, I want a
Kids like,
big
hey.
one with antennas and dials. I don't want some modern.
Well, a lot
Like
of
it fits
Jeepers
in your
use ham
pocket.
radios because if you get lost in your convoy like miles apart,
They're not bad priced.
you could, you're able to communicate better. The CB radios are more shortwave, so they have a way shorter span to communicate with. I think it's only like a few miles or whatever, a mile.
Mm-hmm.
But with like ham radio, it's like hundreds and hundreds of miles.
When shit
Seeing
hits the
this
fan, man.
stereotypical ham radio, it's $500.
Okay, hey,
$450.
hey, John, what is
It's
the
stereotypical?
John? What is
Oh,
the?
yeah, that's the one you
But
see.
you can get one
Yeah.
for like $20.
You see, but that's just for communicating back and forth. That's not for like broadcasting. I did some business with this one guy that had an antenna that was like 100 feet long, and he was a ham radio person, and he was communicating with people around the world. Hey John, what is the range of a CB radio, and what is the range of a ham radio?
Range of
We're putting this
CB
motherfucker
or
to work.
CV?
A CB. So it's
I've been saying CB.
so it's
radio
always
my whole
good.
life.
It's always good to have a ham radio, like in my Jeep. Just you don't use it for communication unless it's a very big emergency.
Depending on the terrain, for a CB radio, 3 to 20 miles.
Mm-hmm.
And CB radios are expensive.
Yeah.
Dang.
All right. What was the other one?
Ham radio.
It's worldwide, right?
While he's pulling this up, hey guys, what are we drinking today?
18 miles average range.
We are drinking Hop Avenger IPA from New
Voodoo
Belgium.
Ranger.
Voodoo Ranger.
7.7%
Voodoo
and
Ranger.
actually tastes good.
It does. It's really good.
Brewed and canned by New Belgian Brewing. Didn't they just get bought out by Anheuser? Did you hear about that?
I didn't.
They
I wouldn't be surprised.
They just bought the Craft Brew Alliance, which the main names were Red Hook, Windermere, and one more,
I like Red
Kona.
Really?
Yeah, so they just bought the Craft Brew Alliance.
God dang, is that like a fucking monopoly now? Is that legal?
Yeah, man. I mean, they're buying everything. I guess.
New Belgium?
They do distribute. They don't own, but they distribute a lot of these craft breweries.
Mhm.
I don't know. That's Anheuser-Busch. I mean, just as long as they don't change recipes and change how, these brewers are making their money and doing this beer.
For sure. Employee owned. Drink independently.
Maybe they didn't.
As an employee. Well, maybe they did, and this is just an old box.
Hey, John, will you look that up too?
I am looking it up. New Belgium, still owned by New Belgium. Voodoo
Nice.
Ranger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Nice. Yeah.
Still its own thing.
keep it, fucking
Keeping it
keep
real.
it real, man.
They just bought a San Francisco brewery called Constellation.
New
and
Belgium did?
Funky Buddha Brewery.
I would love to go work for a fucking brewery. That's very passionate work, I would imagine.
You should hit up
Be like
one
a
of their
brewmaster or whatever.
contacts and say like, "Hey, I'll be your webmaster.
Hell
Just
yeah.
Give me an office on site.
Dude, you know what we should
Give me a
do? We
computer
should
on site."
talk to one of these craft breweries and see if they'll let us pod like inside their brew, and like we could interview like brewmasters
I bet we could.
and like the all the head people and marketing people just to like
Like the one right here.
shoot the shit with some craft
There's
breweries.
so
man.
many fucking independent breweries and distilleries. We should really try to tap into that market.
Yeah.
At the very least, use it as a background.
I'll
That's a killer
promote you
background.
No man,
there,
like if we podcast there, I can make this shit portable
do
and
some
then
tastings and
yeah,
shit.
that'd be awesome. They'd have to know that we usually get we could probably get hammered though on the show. So
Yeah. I mean, we'll give them a disclaimer that we're probably going to get hammered and
have some fun.
it's going to need to include lift rides home, and we'll make it work.
Yeah. So I guess this is a little bit off topic from our disaster topic, which is fine. We talk about whatever, but like there's been something that's been bugging me the last couple of weeks, like fucking bad, man. And like
What is it? What is it, John?
I don't know how to approach it. I'm trying to be very nice and everything.
Is it controversial?
No, it's about the homeless. I work with this guy, man. He's kind of new. He's like maybe a month and a half.
Can we put a name?
How
to him?
old is
It
the
doesn't have to
lad?
be his real name. Let's give him a fake name. What was that name you had for?
Eric.
Is it Eric? We'll call him
I
Eric.
don't know.
No, it's
Jared.
let's
What
say
was that name?
Jared.
Steve. Let's say Steve.
Steve's a good one.
Steve.
That way I can have a picture in my head.
Yeah, Steve. Well, I'll paint you a good picture. He reminds me, kind of looks, same build. Let's say a 22, 20, maybe even like 25-year-old version of Steve Smith from American Dad. Have you
Okay.
watched that show?
I have. Yes.
All right.
He's the main character.
No, that's Stan.
Stan.
I'm
He's
talking about his
the
kid.
Son
Oh yes. Okay.
that's
Oh,
played
funny.
by what's his
Yeah.
name? That's
Funny.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm immediately picturing the youngest actor from Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, okay.
Probably. Is that pretty similar? Maybe. I don't know if you've seen that movie. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, but anyway.
This is just for me.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. So he is a sorry guy.
Sorry, guys.
He's always saying sorry.
He's
like-
Canadian.
He must be something. No, he is always saying sorry, even if there's nothing to be sorry about. Like he's like, "Hey, is it okay if I do this?" Okay, sorry. Or he'll ask me a question. "Hey, is this cool?" Sorry. And like he says sorry after or in the middle of
Everywhere.
every fucking sentence he talks to me. I've even said, "I'm like, dude, you don't need to say sorry to me. Like, stop saying sorry to me." You know?
Did he say sorry after that?
Sorry.
Yes,
Like,
he
sorry.
did. He did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just trying. Sorry. It's like, dude, fucking stop. You're making me like not like you right
Sounds maybe like he's trying to be like eager to please, maybe.
now. Eager to please, maybe a little insecure.
Yes.
But it's really hard. Like, how do you approach those type of people, man? Because like I'm having a really hard time with it.
You gotta be patient with the lad.
I've been patient for like a fucking month.
How
He's
young
still
is
saying
he?
sorry after a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, the issue here probably is when you first jump into a job, is that you are kind of like before the job is officially broken your spirit, you are kind of sorry and like eager to please and stuff. I think the longer that he's in that position, the less sorry he's probably going to be.
I don't think he's gonna make it.
You don't think he's gonna make it at all?
No.
No.
Have you tried? Well, if he's not gonna make it, then who gives a shit? But
Well, I would like him to make it because like good workers are good workers.
have you tried to like ease his tension? Like be a bro, make a joke,
I don't.
hang
Bro.
out,
I
or
don't make jokes at work.
you're just this stern man
I am.
He
giving him this look. That's
Oh, yeah.
why he's saying sorry.
Yeah. Well, he needs to stop, or else I'm gonna.
It's like John Man's gonna punch me if I
Well, I
tell him
even
the bad news.
I even try to give him like different like work tasks to like make his day a little bit more less monotonous, and try and get him to do different things and like try to like build his confidence up a little bit. It's like, hey, yeah, you're learning all these cool things, like this and that, and I can't do it, man. Like I'm having a really hard time like getting through to this kid, and I'm having a really hard time like dealing with this sorry nature. It's like, because if you ever are really sorry, I'm not gonna like, if you say sorry to me, Like, I'm not gonna believe you.
Yeah. So
You know?
he's crying wolf.
Yeah,
he's a
exactly.
I
crying
did
wolf.
mean my sorry when I said I'm sorry I don't tell you ahead of time.
Yeah,
Like that's a genuine sorry.
yeah.
Is he genuinely doing things that she should be apologetic about? Is he like
No,
fucking up a lot?
no,
Or is it
not
just
at
like
all.
a
It's just for
nervous
just-
tick?
it's like-
He's
it's like a
like,
nervous-
sorry,
Yes,
sorry,
yes.
sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's doing
Or
the
you're just
job
like, hey,
decently, you
do-
know.
Yeah, hey, next time can you do this? And he's just like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Like that.
Exactly. And it's like really hard to like.
Try and explain to him like when you say sorry that much, it really makes you seem insecure.
And he's just gonna say sorry.
Here's my thing. It's kind of in the same vein. Is that normal folks, when you are at a public setting, say like a grocery store or anything, we all know that I've had my run-ins at grocery stores and stuff like that.
That's like your battleground.
Yes, it is my battleground. It's a fight, and I fight it alone. But normal people, like if something were to happen, you were to bump somebody, or normal people usually say "excuse me"
I say pardon me.
or "pardon me."
Yeah, I like pardon me. It really impresses people.
I usually jump to, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like, yeah. So
My bad, B.
my bad. Like I go like, "Oh, sorry." I am trying to. I've made like a fucking covenant with myself to lean more into the "oh, excuse me, pardon me,"
Yeah.
like, instead of saying "I'm sorry." So I'm like trying to, for some reason, like when something happens like that in a social situation, I usually go to sorry, but I'm trying to lean into pardon me or excuse me. That seems to be more like what
It's
people
like
do.
A vocal
do.
version of starting every sentence with like "that is why." You know, when
Yeah.
you're a kid writing an essay, you keep starting the sentence the same way. You don't want to do that. You want to like keep it fresh and keep it kind of specific. Just
Keep it
saying I'm
fucking
sorry. Just saying sorry doesn't.
Well, it really
It doesn't
diminishes
really-
That
like
smells nice.
anything.
What is that?
it's a blueberry.
Oh, fun.
It's it really diminishes like the word sorry, and I think that is you know, because like you said, boy crying wolf. You know, like if he ever actually is sorry, I'm not gonna believe him.
Yeah.
You know,
Say something like, "Oh,
like
oh yeah."
you shouldn't
that
be
makes sense.
apologetic for every little fucking thing you do.
That's
Yeah.
the
You know?
problem with society today. People apologize.
You can learn without apologizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense."
You know,
Oh,
but like
I get it.
so at work, like I'm a very like I am a lead and I am in the management program, like getting into there, and so I treat everyone the same. I don't have any friends at work. I keep everything very professional. Like this is who I am. Like I'm not friends with anybody. I treat everyone the same.
Yeah.
I give everyone the
Sit
same
at the
type of
officer's
hours.
table.
You know, and you know I have a very like stoic like okay you have a question to ask me. I will give you a straight ass answer. You know,
Yeah,
the
to
right
try and
answer.
help you.
If you ask me like to help you with something, I will help you with something. Like I am all down with helping people like learn their jobs and having them do their jobs better. Because if they can do their jobs better, that means I can do my job better. You know, like I am all down with that.
Chills.
And I am down like this is one of my philosophies that
Is it better to be loved or feared?
I think it's better to be respected.
Respected. It's good.
You know, like
what's
I
better?
I hear a lot of people that are like, man, I really respect your work ethic. I really respect how you lead people. Like, you know, like people I think respect me because like, for one, like I know my shit. I'm gonna show by example, and you know, like if you ever have a question or anything, like I can answer it, and if I can't answer it, I will guide you and find a way to answer it for you. You know, I'm not gonna leave anybody high and dry. You know. Because, you know, like in a team setting, if everyone is doing their part and doing their part well, the gears and the machine, it rolls good and there's not as much hiccups and not as much fuck ups and all that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
You teach a
It's-
man to fish.
Yeah. It's tough because you are in a leadership position. So I guess, yeah, as far as like keeping friends and stuff, I don't think you can have both. It's probably more of a,
No, you can't.
yeah, it's
People do that, and it just leads to.
you'll
No,
have an easier time separating
Annoyances.
that stuff than, yeah.
But I do that with every single job except for this one. You know, like I
'cause the
separate
job requires.
I separate myself from like every single one of my jobs except for like a couple of my first jobs, like Red Lobster meeting some of my best friends. I've never been friends with anybody. Like I'm not like I am there to work and figure stuff out, you know, like I'm there to get the job done. I'm not there to fuck around.
Yeah.
You know? But there is a big difference between being a leader and a manager. You know, a leader is one of those people that people could aspire to be, try to, they look up to and all this stuff. And a manager is more of an authoritative person.
Yeah, a leader can be at the same level as you.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just leading.
They're leading
group.
the troops. You know, they're leading the group, and then the manager or the general or whatever is the one, or the project manager is the one that is
like the top down,
foreseeing,
looking at
everything. You know?
I mean, also, is that disrespectful, or is that a sign of? I mean, there obviously there is a social hierarchy, and if you're raised right with respect, I guess would you feel the need to, like, obviously this guy thinks something of you to be apologizing like that.
Yeah.
Unless he's just doing that to everyone throughout his day. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he does it to
Goes home to his girlfriend like, I'm sorry.
So I have a question for you.
I'm sorry, you're so sexy. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I have a question for you, and I guess this goes into like what we're talking about right now. How do you feel about someone coming in and like trying to take your job or whatever, or trying to do what you do, or whatever? I have my own answer. I'll answer it last.
Okay. I usually find it humorous, I guess. Especially like if you're in a position for like a long time and you come in, there's like a young whippersnapper, hungry. And like I've seen it before, for sure. And they're hungry and they want to make their mark and stuff like that. I used to find it threatening in my older age. I've been through so much stuff like in this whole business that I've been in these past, like, I don't know, 10, 15 years. Before I took offense to it because I was hungry as well and I wanted to get to a certain spot.
You were still eating.
I was just a pup. Now I just kind of laugh it off, I guess. Like, just like fucking, I've been through a couple of people like you and fucking I'm still here, motherfucker. So like, take your best shot. I don't know. Yeah. I don't let it bother me as much as I used to.
I see it as it's better to build the bridge than like try and tear someone down and get them out of the way, because that person, if you try hard and build a relationship with them and like actually help them, be a mentor to them, in the future that's going to pay off for you, because if something happens, like something similar is happening with our company, there's reorgs and all that, and a lot of the time people need a voice to tell like the higher ups, like, this guy's good, or this girl's good. It would be a huge loss if they lost it. And I actually had to tell someone, one of the higher ups, that about
one of your coworkers.
Yeah, one of my coworkers who helped me through all that. Yeah. And like I put in a good word for him. Nice. Like I don't make the decisions, but like I'll try and put in that good word because he helped me. Yeah. Even though I was doing the exact same job he was doing at one point. Yeah. It's like, it's better to build those relationships because you got to have friends.
Yeah,
for sure. And
work friends.
Yeah, work friends.
Work friends.
Which is
colleagues.
Different from actual friends.
Yes. And I totally believe that too.
You got to have allies, I guess you would say.
I think we're all in this together and fighting this fight together. And I think it's very important to pay things forward because fucking somebody opened doors for me at one point. Yeah. So I might as well do that. Now, if you are conniving and prepared to throw, it doesn't have to just be me, but like if I heard you threw somebody else under the bus, like to save your own skin, shit like that, you're fucking dead to me. Like that's a piece of shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not going to help you after that in any way. And also the work will suffer too. So if the work suffers, your manager is going to be like, well, this team's...
Those people usually burn their own bridge.
For sure. Oh, they totally always do. And I've had, I still have a manager title, but with all the shakeups, I have nobody under me. I do notice that when you have people under you, they treat you a lot differently.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It's a social hierarchy, man. I guess that's the way it goes.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. But so I guess to my answer, I am totally down with people like coming in and trying to take my job. And I will either even train them to do my job. I am all about training my replacement. Because if my replacement can do what I'm doing just as good or better, that means I get to move up. and I get to do better things.
Not always, but I see what you're saying.
Well, and
It looks good on you.
if you are, training the people that are going to take over your job in a setting to where you are already in a setting that is going to, like, you're going to be moving up.
Yeah.
Like I try to train my replacements, like every single new person. Like I want to be replaced doing what I'm doing, because I don't want to be doing this. Like I'm getting ready to go into different things.
Yeah.
And when a new manager comes up, if I ever become a manager, like I will train them to hopefully do my job, if I do it well, as good as me or better. That way I can move up and do, different things.
Yeah.
Like I want to train these people to do my job just as good, so they could get the hours and like everything they need to do, so they could hopefully move up the way I'm moving up. So I guess it's like the pay it forward type thing.
Yeah. And what's great about that, they'll see you as a trainer already and already have that respect for you.
Yeah, exactly.
If you trained them right.
Like if you train them right and treat them with respect, and like now you're doing like John's job and everything, they're like, man, this guy trained me, like this guy, like he moved me forward, like this guy is a true professional.
He already has my respect. You don't have to build that up.
I think in all our jobs, we all work in kind of like a village setting and shit, right? Where we're we it's not just our departments, but other ones where we're kind of working towards one goal.
Yeah.
So how do you do with tolerating coworkers that don't know how to do their fucking job? Like, do you help them out? Do you
help them?
You just gotta help them.
You gotta help them and show them, especially when you're in these different villages and you are cross talking, through the way of like the raven or whatever, the pigeons. It is really good to have service through every department. Like you have really good connections, and you specifically, you need to ask with your people, your different villages, like what they expect from you and what you expect from them. That way you guys could deliver a more efficient product to each other.
Yeah.
If one village is like, oh, these guys are fucking assholes, they're always late, but they've never told you that you guys are always late, how are you supposed to deliver on time? Yeah. So it's like one of those big, huge group meetings. They're like, okay, what does everyone expect from each other? That way you can have a good, cohesive plan on how to make everything work together. That way everyone is meeting everyone else's demands. And
Ain't that the human experience?
And for people that don't know how to do their job, you got to coach them up. They're either gonna succeed or fail, and that's gonna happen. Like people are gonna lose their jobs. People aren't gonna perform. But if you could make that person into a performing person, help them do their job better, it's gonna be easier on you.
Yeah.
Then you don't always have to cover that person.
Yeah.
And then that way they feel more fulfilled and maybe more eager to get more stuff done because they've hit a breakthrough.
Yeah, that's one thing that a lot of people have is when they don't know how to do something, they just kind of like sit there and panic and just let things go. I've done that. I think we've all done that at one point at some level.
Like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Oh my
You're
God.
just like, oh shit.
It's
if I go
5 o'clock and I haven't got my shit done yet, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah.
If I ask him this, is he gonna think I'm an idiot? Which probably not. They probably had to ask that question.
Yeah, for sure.
Nobody goes into a job knowing everything about the
it's just you have to.
You could be a master coder and never have worked with a Fortune 500 company. You might not understand how a company of that size runs. Yeah, you might understand the code, but you don't understand the hierarchy
and the levels and the how many other people you have to talk to. It's not just a one person job anymore. It's like you said, villages. Yeah. So many different moving parts all at once. And instead of doing the whole code, you're just doing a piece of the code.
For sure.
So how well do you do with just doing the one piece now?
I had a one-on-one with my boss not too long ago, and he asked me to start collecting data on other workers too, and just what people are up to, and just to get a fucking just a readout on the amount of work people are taking in and what's getting pushed out there. And he kind of just straight up asked me, he's like, well, I want to get a gauge on what people are strong on and what people feel weak on. He's like, what do you feel like what are your strengths? And so we had a whole readout of what our job duties are. And I'm like, I gotta tell you, I'm a fucking, I don't want to toot my horn, but I'm a 10 on all this shit.
I'm there.
I got all the shit. Like, I'm done. Like, fucking, I'm done here. Like, fucking move me on. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I'm a level 80 warlock, dude.
I was like,
All right,
no, I have no weaknesses, motherfucker. What do you want me to say?
So let me ask you a question. You have no
I think I got this
weaknesses.
job. Just
You have no weaknesses in your job. But what are your weaknesses, or like how good are you at conveying your job to other people and working with other villages to help them do their job?
Oh, I'm probably the best. Like, fucking, if you go talk to,
you have a soothing voice.
I do have a soothing voice.
It gets your point across.
I think my biggest fucking strength there is that people, and they've brought it up before, they just love working with me. Like, I'm fucking easy. Like, you go to somebody else and they'll be like, oh, like, and then complain. I'm just like, hey, like, fucking, I'll take on as much, I mean, to my detriment of my family and my girlfriend who hate this, but I'll take on other people's burdens all the time. And I think that's more.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a weakness, man.
That is my weakness.
You are enabling all these people.
I want to fix
and
things.
And then in return they're becoming lazy because they could rely on Eric.
So it's actually my fault, really. That's what it is.
I mean, you are really good at your job,
but it keeps me there for late hours and
Keeps you employed.
I mean, your salary. So
it's true. Like, I don't get paid any extra for all the extra work that I'm putting in.
I mean,
that's stupid.
No, it's not stupid. I mean, hopefully higher ups see that. But, it's like, having these other people be able to do their own job every now and again might free up some time for your family.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, I would consider that maybe you're so efficient in your job and taking on other people's job, that is a weakness.
It seems like nowadays that they're really pushing for the work and home life balance. I'm really hoping that's true, and then I'll have more time to devote to other things. I mean, fucking like I said the last podcast, like I'm pretty much taking this whole month off. It has been fucking amazing so far. Like, I can just
you find yourself
done everything. I was hoping like I'd have more time to pod, but because Emily out of town, I found out that no, I have to.
You have to take care of some kids.
I have to take care of some kids and shit like that.
You have to take care of kids and do her duties that not her duties, but like some of the stuff that she would normally do.
Yes, for sure. Like, it's all me. But she's coming back in a couple days, so I'll be free after that.
So I am out next weekend, so we'll have to get in maybe
get in a weekday podcast for sure.
Yeah, two episodes today, and then maybe 2 episodes tomorrow.
That'd be great.
4 episodes.
Yeah. What are you doing?
So they're doing like 1 hour.
We're going to the lake. Some of our friends have. Okay, so I'm gonna just fuck. What's the word I'm looking for?
Segue into this.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Shit, I am fucking at a loss for words right now.
New topic.
Subscribe?
What's
no.
up?
Fuck.
Like, subscribe.
I am in a fucking loss of words.
Disney Plus, people.
I am a weird loss of words.
Just start your story.
We can come
Just
back.
hard start.
I am.
I already forgot what the question was. No. What are you doing this week?
So I'm going to this lake, right? And they have like these spaces, right? They look like I would almost like say it's like a trailer park. You know how you can rent or buy spaces.
There's like a stick in the ground. And
Yeah,
park
or
there.
whatever. So like there's these spaces you could buy. It's not a trailer park, but it's more of like a weird vacation park. It's like a KOA, but everyone owns their own spaces.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
and
makes sense.
it's around a lake. So we have a couple friends that own spaces like a few spaces down from each other. So we're gonna go spend the weekend up there, do like a little pre-Thanksgiving hoopla. Enjoy the lake, start some fires, drink a lot of booze. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd look into that.
Yeah.
Our neighbors,
Thurston Beach.
we went last year, and we went again this year. They have it's up at Norwegian Park and stuff like that. It's like it's a big lake, and there's like have all these camping sites there, but you have to be a member. In order to become a member, you have to be Norwegian.
Oh yeah.
I think totally right. I have like a little bit of Swedish in me, so like I went to like apply to it. It's not Norwegian or anything, but like fucking I went to apply. I'm gonna see if they fucking let me in there. It's so much fun. I love camping, man. It's great,
dude. I'm a little bummed out right now that I lost my train of thought, and like I don't know what word like. It's
where are you going with it? We're talking about lakes.
I'm trying to like when I when I'm telling you something and describe.
Subscribe.
Describe. Like I'm trying to describe something for you. Jesus Christ, man. I don't know why that word eluded me.
Okay, describe.
Describe.
Okay.
Like, let me describe something from you. So I was trying to like get like the whole KOA like vibe and stuff, like describe the scenery and shit. I don't know why that word eluded me.
Oh,
it's crazy, man.
Well, you got it now.
I got it. Fuck, man. Jeez, it took me fucking like, I don't know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes to fucking get it.
We're getting old, John.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Grandpa John.
Let me ask a question to you guys, the listeners out there. Do you guys ever have those moments, like the big brain fart moments? Because I just fucking had one. You know, let me know in the comments or on Twitter at the John Sandwich 2, like your biggest brain fart moment. That probably wasn't mine, but I felt like an idiot for a second. So I'm sorry for that. Like I had the biggest brain fart, man. Jeez, and I haven't even drank that much yet.
Jesus Christ.
It's that 7.7% alcohol from Voodoo Ranger Hop Avenger IPA.
Voodoo Ranger. If you guys haven't had Voodoo Ranger, by the way, it's really good. It's New Belgium. They're putting it out. Normally, they have just these are like seasonal right here. This Hop Avenger IPA just came out. They're usually, when they put them out though, they're like on sale. So it's 7.7. It's only $7. This little case of 6-pack. The normal one's about 10, but it's like 9% alcohol.
Yeah, I got drunk off that last weekend. It's on accident.
It's an investment, this Voodoo Ranger business.
And I want you guys to know that we are not affiliated with this company at all. This is just what we're drinking today.
It's a review.
Yeah. I enjoy their beer.
Yeah, you know, we're not affiliated. We're not sponsored. If we ever do become sponsored, we will drink a lot more of it though.
Yes, yeah, we will. Drinking all the time.
Yeah, so it's just good beer, man. New Belgium. They're employee owned. Hop Avenger IPA. Good shit. Go check it out.
I like Fat Tire, New Belgium.
Yeah, Fat Tire is good, man.
Amazing.
That is New Belgium.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, they know how to make a beer.
They do.
They do know how to make a beer.
This one time though, I did get it was kind of special, if anything. I got a sealed, quarter-filled Fat Tire bottle.
Oh?
And I saved it for the longest time, and then one day, like it was in my fridge, and one day I was like, I'll just drink it. I don't give a shit.
Dude, I am
fun.
all about the winter ales. Right now I have 3 different winter ales in my fridge right now.
It is getting cold.
Have you guys ever had Deschutes Jubile Ale?
No.
I think I have.
It's fucking amazing, man.
Jubile.
I would let you guys have some, but I know that Mary would be super pissed off if we drank all of our winter ale.
I'm fine. I'm fine with the mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Is it hard to find?
Mac and Jacks.
Oh, Mac and Jack.
No, it's not hard to find. You go to Total Wine & More or it's kind of, if you go to Safeway, I didn't see it at Safeway or anything, but I went to Total Wine & More, they had it there.
I'm going to use the bathroom myself.
Yeah, do that, man.
This shit.
Oh, John.
You guys got the
I finally figured out the word. Describe. I wanted to describe you guys. Describe this the plot that where I was going next weekend.
Oh, describe was the word.
Yeah. It's total brain fart, man. You know, sometimes you just have those.
Yeah, I have those on stream all the time, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then you just start thinking, fuck. And now you can't think of anything at all. But god damn it.
Yeah. How's your stream going, man? I started putting your new stream title on our video, so now I got to edit like our last 20 ones to put your new handle on there.
Thanks, man. You don't have to update the past ones, but
well, I will.
Like, it's fine. I didn't get
someone
any.
Watches like a past one, they're gonna want to. If they go to Thurston UW, they're gonna be like, "Man, this channel is non-existent."
Yeah, I hate that Twitch does that. Like, I just want a channel.
So what does Twitch do?
Well, you have to search for the specific, like, because with YouTube you can change the channel name. But with Twitch, it's like the username or nothing, you know?
Oh, really?
So, like, if the user kind of slightly changes it from, like, XLT to XTL or something, it's you type that in, it's just not going to show anything.
So there's not, like, a brand account where they could just, John Thurston. If they type in John Thurston, they won't find you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that is a bummer.
It's a little annoying, but, you know, it can all be like Google.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, but you know, Twitch is owned by Amazon. You think you got that shit down by now? Yeah,
you think. But the Twitch stream is going good. Getting a steady stream of people. I get at least one follower each time. I got one random follower. I don't know if it was from like plugging here, or maybe they watched before and like liked later. But hopefully it was from a sandwich episode.
Yeah, I mean, you have a good stream, man. I enjoy watching it when I have the opportunity. I'm usually still at work. Oh, by the way, speaking of work, sorry for bugging you the last few days about if you were coming over or not. The reason I ask all the time is because if you don't come over, I'm just gonna stay later at work. So that's why that's why it seemed like I might have been bugging you. Like, Eric, you coming over? Eric, you coming over? Eric, you coming over? I don't want to.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah.
People got plans. I get.
Well, yeah, it's just like if I could stay a little bit later at work, or if I don't have to ditch out, like at 7:30 or whatever, because like last night, since you didn't come over, I stayed till like 8:30 or something like that. So
that's cool.
Got some other shit done. So I didn't mean to seem like I was bugging you.
Quit bugging me.
More people want to spend the night at places, houses. Crazy.
Yeah, kids, man. So Emily's coming back tomorrow? Is that what you said?
Should inject
Tuesday.
a tracker into them. I saw a video of that recently, injecting a tracker, and how the needle, for one thing, is like, I don't know what gauge it is. I don't know the gauge of things, but it's like a massive hole that they have to stab you in the hand with a regular needle, then come at you with the tracker needle.
Huh. Interesting.
And stick it in your hand, and now you can unlock things, get tracked by certain people that you want. Like if you're a billionaire, you can get that in your hand. But
I know, like
that just makes me think they'll just cut off your hand.
I know, like the standard gauge of piercing is like either 14 or 16.
I don't know. It was massive. It was like this. Your generic pen hole.
Really, dude? That's a big hole to be piercing at once.
It was huge. It was
you need stitches after that. Jesus,
fucking looked awful.
I mean, because I know when they did my dog's chip, it like the needle wasn't it wasn't very big. It was only like I would say like a 12 gauge. And they stuck it in, and it was good to go.
It's because they can't scream, so they don't even care.
Oh. Oh.
Ow.
Damn. We know where John's heart's at.
Right. If a dog could say like, "Fuck, that fucking hurts, you asshole,"
and he does.
It would be easier. Or they would actually have the pre-needle needle.
Me and my dog have been bonding lately. The male one, from Korea. That's, yeah.
So,
because he like latched himself onto Emily. Like
he was almost a sandwich.
Yeah, he was almost a sandwich. Now that Emily's gone, I'm like all he has in that house. So he's been like fucking just on me at all times.
Nice. He's actually like
jerk
attached to you.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know this, but Wendell, Callie, the dog the small dog that we watched. He got that from Death Row Dogs.
Really?
He got her from Death Row Dogs, yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, she's a very good
dog. Look up Death Row Dogs. They're all dogs who are on death row.
Yeah. Or we're on death row, right?
Yeah, they were. Your dog was bought from a Korean restaurant. Somewhere from Korea.
Yeah, somewhere from a Korean restaurant was a story that we got rescued, brought to Seattle from Korea.
Do you think he had a nice flight?
Him up. I hope he did. We'll see.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like what people do with like no sympathy for animals. Like my dog is my family. Like he's 100% a part of this family, and he's been with like Mary and I's like a part of our relationship since practically we've been together. Odie is like pretty much some of our identity. You know what I mean?
If there was ever like a breakup, it'd have to be like Odie gets me.
There would be a fucking custody
60
battle
hours
for sure,
a week,
man.
you get 60 hours.
Like it would be a fucking custody battle for sure. Honestly, I'd probably take him and run away and then like go off grid.
Yeah, it's like have the house, have the car, have the Jeep. I get it.
Have everything.
Probably the most awkward moment I've ever been privy to was going to a band practice one time. And
oh man, this story.
Yeah.
I want to hear this.
Yep, going to a band practice one time. John Man, right before we start, John Man gets a call from Mary that Odie's gone. Odie, I don't know what happened. She was taken for a walk, something. Odie ran away.
Odie.
I think we tried to get through one song after that, but John Man was just like, I can't.
His mind
this
weighed
right.
heavy.
Yeah, it was just like I can't. I have to take care of this. So he left to go get his dog and stuff to go try to find it. That was. I'm surprised you and Mary made it after that. I mean, that was a tough time.
We almost didn't.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I got home.
Were you pissed that he was gone?
No, I was extreme sadness. So I got home. I remember searching everywhere for Odie, like looking for him. Like I had neighbor kids helping me look for him.
Yeah.
Couldn't find him. I remember sleeping on the couch. So I'm not fucking talking to you.
Yeah. It
You
was
know.
a very angry time.
How long was Odie gone? Holy shit. Like a few days? Was he just roaming around, or did you find him with someone?
A day. But that was the longest day
It felt
of
like
my
a
life.
lifetime.
I remember. So someone picked him up on the street. He was roaming the street, like fucking roaming, like a little asshole, man. Put his nose to the ground and
Just
went.
looking at stuff.
And someone picked him up, and he didn't jive well with his dog, with like their dog, so they took him to pause, I think. And I remember like checking like every single fucking like place. You know, maybe it was like a full like. Maybe it was like a full day without him, and then like at the very end we found him or something like that. But anyway, I got paused.
The band was on lockdown.
The band was on lockdown. I remember like getting him from like the fucking doggy jail and just being like, I was fucking crying and everything, and it was like, fuck, man. He was so happy to see us. It's like, you fucking asshole, man, running away.
So now you know that it sucks out there, doesn't it? It's hard.
He'd probably do it again.
Fucking probably.
Dude, the thing is, basset hounds, man, is they put their nose to the ground, and then all of a sudden they look up. They're like, "Oh, where the fuck am I?" You know, like
He was just smelling stuff. man.
their senses. Well, they found him in front of a donut shop.
Oh, of course.
You know,
Classic Odie.
yeah. So
Well, it's tough too because you guys live like fucking right on Mukilteo, right on the speedway,
yeah.
and it's like fucking. That's all just fucking roads and. People fucking mob down there. It's like a fucking dangerous spot.
Someone picked him up on the speedway.
Yeah.
You know, that was a very sad time in our life.
You guys got through it.
We did. I think that was the.
How did he get loose? Got out of
that's
his,
part of the story why I'm so mad at Mary. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get over this.
We don't have to if Mary's listening.
She got high because she got high. She got high and just let Odie. She just Odie will come back. Let him outside to go potty.
But the gate was open, or
It wasn't at this house.
it
It
wasn't.
was at our old
I don't
house.
think there was even a gate.
There wasn't a gate.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. It was it's a weird thought process, probably.
Yeah.
Let's say in an alternative reality, you never found Odie. Do you guys think you'd be married right now?
That's a hard-hitting question, Eric.
I'm here to ask the fucking tough questions.
Well, considering
Are
I'm
you a
still
journalist?
not over it, I don't know. You brought up that story and it just
opened up.
You got
opened up, man. I might be mad at Mary. I might be mad at Mary for the rest of the day. I shit you not, man.
Speaking of things that our significant other did, you know what I found out? Apparently I was told after I got my Subaru, one time when Vanessa was driving the F-150 that I used to own, apparently she told me this story after I got the Subaru, and she told me the other day that she told me about the whole F-150 story, and I'm like, what F-150 story? And she's like, that one time I like spun out. I'm like, you spun out when? And I realized I was so high getting my car that I didn't give a shit what she was like confessing to me. And apparently she reconfessed it to me a couple of days ago. And apparently while she was on some roundabout getting on a highway, she went too fast while it was raining, and it's a pickup truck, so it's kind of light in the back.
Oh, yeah.
She
Sandbag
takes a
that shit.
turn going like 40 miles an hour and says that she did a complete 360, and that the people behind her had to slam on their brakes and stop, and she was like yelling and screaming. And
Which car was this?
my maroon truck. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, the big one.
The F-150. It's like a quarter cab. Spun that out and didn't get caught or anything. Like, didn't get stopped, but spun out on a highway on-ramp. And I was like, I was aghast. And like now I'm afraid to, like, every time she goes out driving, I'm like, be careful.
Right.
Drive safe. It's raining, just so you know. And she was like, that happened like 2 years ago. Like, I don't care. I can't believe you did that. I cannot believe you did that. You spun out. But like, I kind of understand it. It's a pickup truck, so it's light on the back, so it kind of spins out. But she said she did a full 360.
That's
Luckily,
nuts,
ended
dude.
up facing the right direction after the whole spin out.
That's pretty crazy.
And it's like, sometimes your significant other just does stuff,
It's true.
and you're like, wow.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to get over that stuff.
I'm sure I've done some stuff. That,
Yeah, I'm probably
She's like,
the
"That's
the
wild."
perpetrator in my relationship more than.
I don't know. I think you're secretly the responsible one.
Oh, of course I am.
I know you've peed on
course I
things
have.
before, like peed on stuff you're not supposed to pee on.
Yeah.
But spinning out in a truck on a highway.
It's tough. It's tough.
She has my car now, and now I'm kind of nervous.
Is it your car, like under just your name, or is it under?
She has like liability insurance,
Okay.
and she is under my name, under the car as like a driver nowadays. But like when she spun out, she didn't have her full license.
Yeah, so
as well.
That would have been
Awful.
disastrous. Yes.
Spun out, no person with a license, my car. Oh man,
Yeah, that would have been
I
bad.
dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, for sure. That would have been bad.
But I see people spinning out in this state all the time.
Oh my God, there's like
so many
horrible
hills and
drivers
stuff.
there.
People step on the gas on their like Corvette and they just do a nice little donut. I never know if it's on purpose or not.
Yeah,
It doesn't look like it's on purpose.
I don't know what it is like out here. I guess because most people are transplants. Maybe they're not used to driving in this
Transplants, yeah.
weather.
Yeah, they're used to like LA or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know,
Just
man.
spin out. First day I was here, I saw someone spin out. Like when I moved here with my dad,
Yeah.
and that was when my dad was like, said that, oh, you're gonna get into an accident here for sure, easily. I'm like, no.
People just fucking, I don't know, they lose their minds out here, especially like if it rains and stuff. People just like forget every bit of like driving etiquette they've ever been taught. Like, fucking,
Yeah, it's like, don't go 80 when
Yeah.
it's raining, dude.
don't
Go 40 on the on-ramp.
Flash back to maybe like 2 weeks ago. No, not 2 weeks ago. It was a couple podcasts ago. I was driving home and it was just pouring rain, and I'm driving and I'm in the fast lane, and a car in front of me taps on their brakes and then all of a sudden slams on them, and I realize that they're not stopping, so I hit mine, and it's pouring rain, so I start to fishtail a little bit, like
Yeah.
I'm doing this,
You're like
and shit.
hydroplaning
Yeah.
and
I'm fucking totally catches water, and I'm fucking and but I was able to like hold on to it. I did not 360. I was just fucking but it was
Yeah.
kind of like a little scary.
right.
But, yeah, but fucking it taught me that fucking I know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, fucking get your shit together.
Yeah, that's one thing I miss immensely about being in a tall car
Hey.
or like a truck is I can see what's going on beyond the car in front of me.
Yeah.
In my car, I see the back of the person in front of me. That's pretty much it. Unless there's a hill in front of me, like ahead of them. With the F-150, I can see beyond them. I can
Yeah.
see like 6 cars ahead of them. I'm fine. If people start braking, I can start braking. But having a car is like, it seems generally more dangerous.
For sure. It's responsibility.
Also, you're higher up, so if you get T-boned, hopefully it hits your legs, breaks your legs only.
John Niebuhr.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Let's say yeah. I can't believe I have to wait for Mandalorian episode 3.
So let's talk about that now. Let's get into this business. We can shut this episode probably down with some Disney Plus action. It has now been out since what, Tuesday? I
don't know.
I think that's about right. How are you guys enjoying your Disney Pluses?
I love it.
I am
like
thoroughly
Star
enjoying it.
Wars.
It's fucking amazing. And at that price, like fucking what else do you goddamn need?
Did you guys get the package?
I did not get
The package? What is
actually.
the package?
For $12.99 you get Hulu with ads and
Oh.
ESPN.
Yeah. I already have the Hulu, so I'm wondering like how to get into that. What $12.99?
Yeah.
So it'd probably be cheaper for me to
Well, how much are you paying for
bundle
Hulu?
in because I think Hulu's like $7
Yeah.
without the ads.
So
Plus Disney
so
Plus
this is what they
$6.
do.
It's about 12.
So if you get the bundle, you get $6.99 for Disney, it's $6.99 for Hulu, and it's like $6.99 or whatever for ESPN Plus. But what happens is they credit you the Hulu amount. So Hulu will take out the money still,
okay,
and then Disney will credit you
that's cool.
what you paid for
Nice.
if you're an existing Hulu customer.
Which I am.
So I just got the package because I'm already paying for Hulu, so might as well
Yeah.
just fucking get ESPN Plus for practically free.
yeah, for sure.
You know, that way you can watch Monday night games or
yeah,
if you or whatever the fuck is on ESPN
or what have you,
I guess.
or
you
what
know.
else have you?
Might as well have it if you need it, right?
Watch some sports ball.
Content is incredible on this fucking Disney Plus. Like,
And it works well.
Yeah.
Like I know they did have the glitches and bugs where people weren't able to get online, but that was when everyone was getting online at the same time.
yeah, on that
It's
first
understandable.
Day, that first day was pretty tough, but when they first opened Disneyland, nothing worked.
Yep.
That's what I learned on one of the Disney Plus
Yeah.
documentaries.
No, I think it's awesome, man. I watched the World as We Know It with, or the, what is that? The Jeff Goldblum one?
Jeff
Oh, I love
Goldblum
that
show
shit. Yeah.
that's funny.
That's fucking
The
solid.
new episode just came out today with ice cream.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Fucking yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
And I kind of like how they're doing like
Gold
episodically
lumined up.
every week instead
Yeah.
of just, it like gives you that anticipation of something to wait
It
for.
keeps things going for
You know,
sure.
I kind of miss that. I kind of miss watching episodes like episodically every week.
Yeah.
You know, I love binging too, but it's kind of,
We're big ice cream fans at our house, so we were
Yeah.
very excited to see that the next one, Jeff Goldblum's gonna be about ice cream.
dude.
That guy's charming as fuck. By
Oh,
the
I
way.
know, man.
Jesus Christ.
What'd you think of his shoes? Like the at the end, did you think those were like fitting shoes for him?
I'm not sure.
I don't think they,
They
were.
were no.
No, but like the whole the underground shoe industry is crazy though.
It is pretty nuts. That's a lot of fucking like where it was like young folks too. Where
Yeah.
are people getting all this fucking money, cash too,
Yeah,
to buy fucking sneakers?
yeah, it's crazy.
I'm
man.
in the wrong business. That's what
Yeah,
I know.
for sure, dude. So I have to tell an ice cream story real quick because Mary, Mary did your hair like the night of this happening, and I guess you guys ended up talking about how Emily will sometimes bring like a pint of ice cream
Yes.
into bed
In the bed.
and just eat it, and you guys were talking about, you know, weight and stuff like that, and here I come to bed with a pint of ice cream. She's like, I just got done talking to Eric about this shit. I come with a pint of fucking the Tonight Dough ice cream from Ben
Oh my god,
Jerry's.
dude, that's so good.
It's the fucking
Tonight
best,
Dough.
dude.
Yes, it is the best.
It is the best.
Tonight.
What pisses me off is people are starting to realize it's the best ice cream.
Is it getting harder to find?
It is getting
Yes.
harder to find. So whenever I see it, it's like, okay, I'm gonna buy the rest of these, which is usually just one or two.
Gotta stock up.
It's so good.
Right. Well, should we save the Disney episode for next
Oh, yeah.
podcast?
Yeah, let's do
do
that.
that.
Do you want to cut it out, or do you want to do a random question, or just cut it?
You know, let's just cut it out and let's
cut it out.
let's do
Cut it
Disney and maybe some random questions next episode.
Okay, sounds great.
Noise.
Yeah, Disney Plus. You know. So next episode we will be talking about Disney Plus and what we think about it so far, and all the like the Disney content and plus some random questions.
Yeah. So stay tuned
Yeah.
for the next sandwich show.
For us in different shirts.
All right, you could follow us at the John Sandwich 2 on Twitter to maybe ask your own questions. Maybe get featured on the next podcast. Ask a question. If we choose your question from Twitter, we will spell out or say out your Twitter handle.
That's
and
what we
stuff
need.
like that.
We need fucking come hit us up. We'll do your
Yeah.
random. I want to do your random questions next time.
Yeah, next time let's do your random
And
question.
it's almost certain that we will use it,
Oh yeah,
unless it's unruly.
John,
But-
your Twitch handle.
Twitch handle is ThurstonQ at Twitch. Hit me up.
That will be in the description below for the YouTube users. It will not be in the description for our podcast listeners.
You can follow us at the John Sandwich too.
Yep.
Carousing Cinema is my handle too as well. I don't know. Man.
Yeah.
Fucking follow us.
Drink beer every day, children.
Drink beer every day. Thanks for watching, guys. And listening.
My penis is hard.
Putters.